Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is the Honda Civic build you have been waiting for. It is phenomenal at Le Mans, as I'll go through with you now, and then once we've done that we will go to the tuning shop, we will go to GT Auto, and then we will go to the setting sheet. So follow me as we make the best Honda Civic I've ever driven on any Gran Turismo game. Let's go. Right, so even with that Integra 98 engine, these are the things you're going to need. So you want weight reduction, stage 1 from sports. Club sports, you want to get bore up, high lift camshaft and high compression pistons. Weight reduction stage 2, a power restrictor and a ballast. But wait, if you are level 50 or over and you have ultimate, you want to buy bore up S and high lift camshaft S, because that means you don't need to get bore up and high lift camshaft because they'll be purchased already. Just for clarity, okay? Semi-racing, you want to get a racing crankshaft, fully customizable computer, a medium RPM turbocharger, and then a fully customizable LSD, weight reduction stage 3, and increase your body rigidity. Under racing, you want to get stroke up, engine balance tuning, polish ports, racing intercooler, racing air filter, a racing silencer, racing exhaust manifold, racing brake pads, racing brake kit, brake balance controller, a fully customizable suspension, racing clutch and flywheel, fully customizable racing transmission, and a set of racing soft tyres. Now you can choose another option, and I would certainly recommend getting some hard ones, and I'll just chuck them on there. That's because at Le Mans, as you've seen in that earlier video, what happens. Now extreme, get a set of intermediates, again from what you've seen at Le Mans and any other races that might pop up. And like I say, ultimate, bore up S and high lift camshaft S means you don't need to get them earlier in the build, and titanium connecting rod and pistons if you have that available. Let's go to GT Auto and finish off this build. GT Auto! There we go. So as you've seen in those earlier versions, this car does have an engine swap. So please, and I mean please, if you have any nous about you, make sure that was installed, because I've gone through it several times and it is important. Okay, I will leave a message on the screen of this build to say you need to do the engine swap first and what point this is. So if you've not done it already, the engine swap is here, car maintenance and service, and it is the engine swap, and you want to install that Integra engine there. Make sure you get a wide body installed, continuing on with this build and this process of this video. Car customization's up next. So wheels, it doesn't matter what wheels you go for. As you can see, the ones I've picked this time are the BBS racing wheels. I've just got a thing for them at the minute, I think they're great. And then I've gone for 17-inch wheels, wide on the rim width and standard on the offset, because you can't change it. Get those installed. Okay, now you have those installed, go to custom parts. At the front you want type B, side type B, the rear type B, and the wing type A. Racing items, you can choose your own bonnet pin and tow hook, and under roll cage get type C. So now you've done that, go to GT Auto on the, silly me, how silly am I? Go to other, where it says GT Auto on the number plate, is what I was going to say, numpty. Light bulb, you can change those, I've gone for the super cool ones. Number plate, I've made sure it's the rear only. Front grille, I changed it from that to that, and it cost a few pennies. You've got type B, I don't know why you'd want a bonnet bra, and type C isn't much difference. So caliper colour, again, pick whatever you want, make it stand out, whatever you feel like choosing. And again, you can go to load style, and already, since this is a 1.55 update car, there is a fascinating 45 pages of liveries you can choose from. So just go on them, press triangle, open details, like, comment, collection, and there you go. Brilliant. Okay. So I've kept mine in the stock colour that I bought it, because I didn't want to change much and just keep it standard while we went through all these builds during today. And now back to the garage and onto that setting sheet. Let's go. So now we're back at the setting sheet. It's time to make this car perform under the hood and all around as good as it looks. You can see top left, that looks stunning, doesn't it? So you see engine model, it's the B18C Integra from 1998, and this car is still phenomenal, pushing over 400 horsepower, and it is just over 800 kilos. Very, very light indeed, and very, very powerful when you think of the power to weight ratio. So first thing is get your tyres on. So I went for the racing softs. They're the ones I'd recommend putting on. It bumps up the PP to 668, as you can see. Now body height adjustments, so 118 at the front and 128 at the rear. Anti-roll bar, you want 6 at the front and 10 at the rear. Your damping ratio compression, 35 front and rear. And your damping ratio expansion, 50 front and rear. Now your natural frequency, 1.75 front and rear. Your negative camber angle, 2.5 front and rear. And this is where there's a slight change, which is toe angles. You want toe in, 0.05 at the front and 0.10 at the rear. And that helps with the extra stability, especially when you're going on tracks where there's plenty of turns and twists. And this car is phenomenal no matter what track you go on. I did a lap at the Nordschleife and it performed really well. So I would definitely recommend for any of your weekly challenges, any of the the FF races and things like that on the drivetrain, and even if it's a turbocharged race, I'd chuck it in there and see what it could do. Now your initial torque, I've set that to 10. You can see the acceleration sensitivity is 15 and the braking sensitivity is 30. It's a mouthful to go through all these at once, isn't it? Okay, aerodynamics 100 at the front, 250 at the rear, ECU 100, power restrictor 100, and this is where there's a slight change. So get your automatically adjusted top speed to 240 km/h and manual adjust like this, please. First gear 3.006, second gear 2.011, third gear 1.456, fourth gear 1.133, and fifth gear 0.920. That's a final drive of 4.112, and it revs like a motorbike, 10,500 RPM, absolutely brilliant. So now we've done that, move over, you can see turbocharger installed, everything to the right's installed, and that is what you need on there to perform at whatever track you go on, no matter where it is. So please, thank you for following me on this build. I hope you have a great experience with this car. Please share this to everyone that you know that loves Honda Civics, because this is a build they'd love. Let me know in the comments, how did you get on? Did it work for you? Was it great? How did you find it? Is there any other tracks that you think it would be brilliant on? And thank you for following, thank you for sharing, and thank you for subscribing. The aim is 1,000 subscribers. Can we hit that by the end of February? Let's see where we get on. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next build. So here we go, World Touring Car 700, and it is Le Mans. So 30 minutes, and I'm in that Civic Si Extra that we have just done that engine swap in, and we'll see exactly what it's like on here together. So fuel map, and chuck that up to 6. Let's see what we can get out of it, see if we're both shot together. Handling is absolutely on point, as much as Ferrari Bishop. Saying 3 laps of fuel. This is going to be immense if I can get 3 laps out of this. This car's an absolute beast. Look at this. So much quicker through the corners. And do you remember when we took it on that one lap at Deep Forest Raceway and it struggled? Squeeze past all of these. You can see the time to the leaders tumbling down. You can see 3 laps of fuel, which is insane. And we're still hitting 170. On the brakes, look at that. John, when it was just wheel spinning like mad and couldn't cope, and then you come here and it's fantastic. Lopez and Heisel squeeze past them. Look at that, 3 laps. This is insane. I am loving this. And we're on racing softs, you know, and it's just, this is a joy to drive. Now, this is the one car they announced, and I thought, you know what? Remember that car when I was a kid? And now, look, I'm not driving it in reality, but driving it on here is just as good because you get all the feedback, you know, you get all the speed. Plus, if anything happens, it's not like you're going to get hurt or anything, is it? So, brakes, come on, everyone's starting to block the way. Down the outside of the Aston, the G70, slipstream behind you, take you on the left. Kawakami, come on. Inside. Next up, Yamanaka. Now, considering this build was done today, and it was done, you know, it didn't take very long to do. I've done a lap around the Nordschleife, which I've done on other videos. But yeah, I think this is definitely the best hot hatch that I've done in a while. Come on. So the AI on this, I think it is made to try and make you crash. Done a race against that AI Sophie, and I tell you what, it's insane. Absolutely mental. I've not raced it before, and I gave it a first go, and you know what, that was mad. So that will be on the channel shortly, as well as the review of this, the lap times at Deep Forest Raceway, and this is obviously the tune for it. Look at that! It still says 3 laps. Am I going to get 4 laps out of this? It's only just started counting down now. Oh, come off it. Poor Tia. We're in both our races then, you melon. Nearly. Come on. No. Come on, McEwen, look at your Corvette, and here comes the Civic! Woo! Hot hatch beats you. Imagine being in this race and then getting overtaken by a 1987 Honda Civic. Now obviously by increasing your fuel map, you're going to get faster speeds and you're going to get more laps. But I have a feeling, and I haven't checked yet, if we check the weather, this is going to change in a minute, isn't it? Now you might think, oh look, he's only 2 seconds behind McEwen. He is. But, hear me out. If you look at what this car is doing now, it's saying that we're going to get another few laps. So McEwen's going to pit, isn't he? Portier pits normally lap 3. And then that's going to free us up then, further along. As long as we can get a pit stop ahead, things will be rosy. Then there comes the caveat, which is the weather. And we don't know what that's going to do because at Le Mans it throws up all those surprises. So let's see what happens if we just go to, there you go, weather radar, right on cue. There we go, so what's it going to do? Let's have a little guess at where we are. So we're nearly 5 seconds ahead now. That weather's coming over. Now if it starts getting to the dark blue and green, I'm going to get in and get inters on. And if not, then what I'll do is I'll jump in and I will get some hard tyres on. Now the reason I'm going to do that is because it's longevity. So if you look at those racing softs, you've probably only got another lap, maybe 2 left in them. Don't forget they're doing all the steering, all the power. If you look in between that radar now, that weather radar, it looks like a lot of that is going to miss us. Let's see where we are on the fuel map. I reckon if I half shift just for a little bit of the lap, stay in a bit of a higher gear like this now, we'll still increase our time to McEwen. And don't forget, you always use your brake pedal to help you turn. A lot of people don't know that's a good way to help as well. Right, so look at that, this is lap 1, this is the second, so you're going to get 4 laps. So McEwen, is he going to pit? Can't see him. He must be pitting. There he is. Right. So this is the worst of the weather now. So do you feel that wheel spinning? Oh, come on. Don't forget these front wheels have got to do all the accelerating, majority of the braking is going to be on the front, and they've got to steer. So that is a lot for these wheels to be doing. And as you see on that weather radar now, it goes to the light blue. So it looks like we've made the right call, and the tyres won't wear as much because that water is going to cool down the tarmac surface, and it means that you're not going to scrub your tyres as much, especially when it's on the light blue. It's a bit of a help, but as soon as that goes away and the track starts drying up again, you'll start tearing them up as that compound wears away. Is that going to say I've cut the corner? It's a bit close to track limits. Doing all right. Let's keep you on the weather map just for a minute. Come on. I've done a manufacturer's race already today. So I came 7th. So my starting position was 9th. I came 7th. I technically finished 4th. But because of I don't know why, You know when you just press quick on the pad? I didn't change my tyres, so you get a 2-minute penalty, so that was me being an absolute donut. So I will be jumping on the 2 o'clock race just to see if I can improve that again. Too busy talking. Because I enjoy this game so much, and it is all about improving, having fun, and seeing what you're made of. And you know, my lad's one that picked the car for that event, so if you want to see that, I will be putting that up. So we'll see what you think of that one. But for this build, I mean, come on, what's not to love? I've got a feeling that weather's going to come back to bite me. And what I'm going to do is, because I know Portia's going to pit as well, and majority of the ones behind him, I'm going to pit now, because I know it'll get me to the end. And I don't know why they put that on the screen in the middle when you're on this view. They could put it, you know, a bit lower or higher, or like above, like the timer. Now I know it's lap 4, you only get 7 laps usually at Le Mans, so don't panic, I'm well aware. But what I'm hoping is that later on, if there is a change in the weather, we can dart in, change the tyres, and go for a fast lap, and see what it's really made of, without ruining the race. But I think being able to get in and picked just once at Le Mans in a hot hatch, it's not even like it's had one of the best engines put in it either. Let's be absolutely blunt about that, because it's not. It's had a slight upgrade. I wouldn't say it's, wow, look at this engine. You know, it's not like you've put a Ferrari 458 engine in it, or you know, a Chiron engine, or a Rampage. You know, it's not like it's had anything with bundles and bundles of power, but it's had enough put in it, and the parts we've added to it. You know, I think it's great. Look at that, we've been in and pitted, so we don't need to pit again. And we're 20 seconds ahead of McEwen. Coming down the Mulsanne straight, 21 seconds. And you know he's going to pit again. And that's the thing, he's going to pit again. We don't need to fuel save. You can rev it all the way now. Easy pickings. The only thing is, I know this game, and I know this track like the back of my hand, and I'm telling you now, I think there's going to be clouds coming over at some point between now and the end of the race. And that happened because of this guy. This is one of the easiest ways as well to do a money grind. Earning yourself 825,000 credits. And I say it time and time again, there's over 500 cars in the game. And this is one of the latest ones to be added. And you know what? What a belter. What an absolute dream this is. I tried using the Ionic here. I did. I got to here and it died because it's an EV. So then by the time you get from here to the pit and then get out, then you're what, a minute and 45 seconds, a minute and 50 seconds behind everyone. So you might take off and leave everyone for dust. But then as soon as you get to there, that's it. It's game over. So unfortunately, you can't use that car here. This one from the update, you can. And as I'm proving right now, it is an absolute belter. And then I'll do the other cars, the other two cars, and I'll see what happens with them, see what they're like. I don't think the F3500 is going to need any introduction to any track you add it to, because it's basically a late 80s, early 90s F1 car, and it's so much fun. I've gone for the Williams colours of that era, the yellow, white and blue. Oh, look at this. So what? I think my sons and daughter will be able to drive this very easily around here. It's no trouble at all. And then I do that. Too busy talking. I'm looking at what's going on the screen. I'll take the track limits, that's on me. So that's me being silly that it's 20 to 2. That's when the next Manufacturers Cup race is. I wouldn't mind jumping on and having another go with that. And there's 10.5 minutes left of this, and that took my focus away. So silly me! I will take that penalty and apologise to you watching, because, you know, that's me being an absolute donut. So what you'll see is we've got a free pit stop now to Portia, so we can get in, get out before them. So I've proven the laps it can do. You can see it there. You know, we've only pitted once. It's beaten the best time, which was set by us, and it's still got plenty of fuel left. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pit the end of this lap, and we're going to do a flying lap, and we'll see what it's made of. I'm going to do that. "51 seconds now." When I took it to the Nordschleife, I'll tell you what, I handled that like a dream as well. And it didn't do too bad, it finished just behind the Ferrari. And that's no slouch either. Take that penalty. Come on. Yeah, let's get in and out, do 2 fast laps. Come on, 2 flying laps. Let's go. Tell you what, you can feel it wants to go a lot more. Oh, just over that line. Penalty. Come on, give it to me. Have I escaped it? I must have just been on it. I thought I had a penalty then. It was close. But look at that, we've got in and out. Way before Portia. Over 180, first section of the Mulsanne Straight. Come on. Do. Let's go. When you take that corner and this isn't fuel map 1, just bear in mind it's going to wheel spin because it is just power, total power. Wheel spinning over 100 mile an hour in 3rd gear, absolutely mental. Come on. Right, it is just pulling trees up. Look at that. Good this is. I'm just going to do that for a second, and the reason I'm doing that is I want to make sure I've got 2 laps of fuel. Let's get round for this quick lap. Because it is going to absolutely need it. And we've got far more than enough time. I mean, look at that, it's just flying up. He's going to give us a phone call in a minute and ask us to wait for him. 40 seconds ahead. Right, as soon as I get through that last little chicane, I'll change it. Right, you ready? Fast lap. That means nothing to us now. We'll make up more than enough for that half a second. Come on. Wheel spinning. Come on. Oh, do you know what would be good on this Vauxhall? The Opel, the Astra, the Nova. Honestly. The VXRs. Although, if you have got VXR, especially if it's like the Astra, if you pull the number plate off, it's normally they say GTC behind them because it's the same body kit. Just little thing to throw out there. That's what has happened to most cars here in the UK. I know some that had one and they saw that and they could stop that. Look at that, pitted, what's he at? He's just fallen behind, hasn't he? It's just a little rocket. That's over 7.5 seconds up. Should say 7 seconds because of the penalty. It's going to be a decent time. Still wheel spinning into 4th. That is insane. Come on, little Civic. Half a second, drop one gear. High revs meant I didn't need to. Come on, you little stunner. Come on! Look at that, 410. Tell you what a car. What an absolute brilliant car.